Hey guys and gals, welcome back. Episode 6. Last episode we talked about emotional pain. This episode I want to kind of talk about the physical pain. I think in a couple episodes I alluded to the old saying, pain is weakness leaving the body, which I totally am against that saying because I lived by that motto for, my entire military career. Now I'm paying for that weakness leaving my body. Somewhere around 2000, I started noticing I was having back issues. Let me back up a little bit. I've had rotator cuff surgery on both shoulders, meniscus repair, lateral releases, both knees. I'm on my second spinal cord stimulator for pain. I've had a laminectomy, which they go in there, take out a disc, parts of bone, so it's pressing up against my spinal cord, causing severe pain, and I lived with that pain for about 3 years. Again, pain is seriously not weakness leaving your body. It's your body telling you something is wrong. It's a signal to tell you to stop and assess the situation. I know as Marines, soldiers, sailors, airmen, we've been programmed, as senior leaders, to not show weakness because it was a sign, not to show pain because it was a sign of weakness. Some people still live to that motto to this day, but I'm a firm believer that the human body can only take so much. Then it starts causing these emotional pains. It starts causing depression. It starts causing anxiety. It can cause an array of mental health issues. Some stories. I remember back in 2007 when I was in Iraq. I was getting ready to go home after I think it was 9 months. I think I had 3 days to go. I just finished work. Then all of a sudden you started hearing, mortar fire, and I guess the Sea Whizzes were down at that time. I don't know the story with the Sea Whizzes and why they didn't work. But mortar rounds started happening, and I remember as much as I was getting closer to my hooch, a mortar round, probably about 100 yards, smashed right into it. Then they started just walking the rounds down the road. I remember a truck getting mortared while there were people in the back. Then we all just jumped into the ditches. I didn't have a helmet on at the time. When I jumped in head first. And I remember blacking out for a moment. Nobody knew who I was. Nobody came and checked on me. I guess it was a free-for-all at that time. I finally came to, had a massive headache, but didn't think anything about it going to medical. I just, I hit my head. I had all my limbs. I wasn't bleeding, but I didn't do anything about it because I had that mindset that if I showed weakness, or if I was injured in country, I would have to stay in country longer than needed. And all I wanted to do was to get back home. Why am I saying this? I just call myself stupid for not getting myself looked at. I mean, I tried going to the VA. Plenty of other stories I could tell you about me and head trauma. plenty. I tried going to the VA and they said it wasn't documented, so you don't have head trauma. You never had it. So if it wasn't ever documented in your medical records, you never had it. But I guess the VA I went to, you know, they were being nice, so they sent me to the Dallas VA to see a TBI specialist. The gentleman I met there, awesome dude. He took a liking to Marines. He understands the story of, you know, weakness leaving the body, and I still roll my eyes when I say that. So he understood it. We talked about it. Then much of the actions that happened in the past started coming to fruition. I started blacking out. I get that deer in the headlight look. Sorry, I've just lost in comment. And, you know, sometimes I do that when I'm driving down the road. I remember the one time I went to go pick up a friend from the airport in Jacksonville. I remember picking him up, going around the curve, and just blacked out, ran into the ditch there on the Jacksonville airport, if it's still there. And he kind of looked at me like, what the heck? I was like, dude, I have no idea. I just blacked out. And those are, again, moments where I didn't go see a doctor. And I guess more or less what I'm trying to say is I effed myself up, and I'm paying for it. And a lot of my physical pain comes to my hard-headedness of not seeing a doctor. You know, I'm some of it has to contribute to senior leadership. I remember when I was getting my knees done, my captain considered it an elective surgery, so I had to be to work right after the surgery. I'm like, bro, I mean, I'm doped up on morphine. Luckily, I had a good master guns, told me to go home. But the audacity of this guy to tell me I needed to come into work after surgery, I mean, this is the kind of BS that I've dealt with, and I just thought of it as something normal. You know, I never wanted to be that guy who didn't listen. I tried doing everything, you know, to please people, to appease people, to make sure I was doing everything to the T, being that prodigal Marine so I could get promoted, move on, do other things. But my knee was the size of a grapefruit, and I came in. I'm the dumbass that came in and said, I'm here. I'm high on morphine, but I'm here. But it's just small things like that I didn't take an effect. I wasn't listening to my body. I wasn't using common sense. You know, that old saying, good initiative, but bad judgment. That's all this guy right here is. I am jacked up because of the way I believed a Marine should be, and I'm paying for it. So, physical pain, I mean, we all deal with it. I have a spinal cord stimulator that aids me in nulling the pain that goes up my spine to my brain. It tells my brain there's no pain. I'm not going to say go out and run out and get one. It's an extensive surgery. But I deal with back pain a lot. You know, I can't pick up my kids. I can't play softball. I can't run. I can't do a lot of things, and exercise becomes much more difficult for me. If I look at a cheeseburger, I gain 20 pounds type situation. But I'm starting to take care of my body more. I'm starting to listen to the aches and the pains. I'm starting to, you know, stretch. I'm listening to my body telling me, hey, Andrew, you might want to take this one step at a time. And don't get me wrong, there's some times where I think I'm 20 years old again and I go out there and play with the kids and I'm paying for it. But you don't have to live with physical pain if you listen to your body. I'm not saying go out there and say no to doing physical activity, but just understand that you don't have to live with pain for the rest of your life if you listen to your body, you take good care of yourself, and, you know, just listen once in a while. And I guess that's pretty much what I'm trying to say, is just listening to your body, or you're going to be like me, you know, living with the consequences of bad shoulders. When I turn the wheel of my truck, my shoulder pops and gets out of place, and it's painful. Or I'm trying to walk and my knees pop. Or if I step off of a curb too fast, my back buckles. So it's a journey for me to living with pain. I try to not to take medication as much as I can, but sometimes it's the only way to relieve the way my body's telling me, Andrew, you need to stop. So I hope this journey down my pain journal helps. It helps me to express my emotions during these little episodes. So I'm hoping you get something out of it: enjoyment, tears, laughs, jokes. But I'll try to keep them going, get some more stories out there. So if you like these videos, give me a thumbs up, click and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys soon. Thanks.